Well, me and Foxy here have known each other since year 2, and and Mick came along in the summer of '97, which is actually all true. We actually me and Foxy meeting.
That's like your positioning statement of the band.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and it's true.
Yeah, it's our thing.
But we've actually performed since forever, really. Well, we're all doing different stuff, and we've sort of stayed performing through to now.
Sure. Did Mickey coming in? How did that change things? Did it mess stuff up? Or
yeah, of course it did.
Better? Yeah,
of course it did. Yeah, we try and just keep him in the corner. And
sure.
No, no. It did change things actually, because me and Fox used to sing and do a couple of tribute things for Doug Anthony All Stars and just muck around a lot.
What was your band name again?
Ceramic Toss Pots actually was the original group back in year 10, and then Mick came along. We were doing a bit of barbershop and a bit of proper singing and just trying different things, and then kept practicing and doing different stuff. And
so you were a band in year 10.
Year 11 actually it sort of started, and it wasn't really a band, it was just a
Fox
vocal.
is a drummer. You really started off being a drummer and a pianist, really, sort of playing.
Yeah, big penis.
Yeah, he did your dad buy you the drums? Or?
Yeah, I got a drum kit. Yeah, that kind of kick-started the music side for me, and then yeah, we just went into human nature from there.
Sure.
Somehow.
Yeah.
It's an easy transition to make.
Yeah.
Sure.
Rock band to human nature.
I live in Leederville, and we get together twice a week, and we write and sing and rehearse, and that's what we'll be doing after the interview. We'll be going back to my house, to my bedroom, to sing together.
And hang out. A lot of stuff comes from just hanging out and being idiots, actually.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, seriously.
Just being casual and things that come off the cuff you take down. Do you take notes?
All the time.
Yeah, constantly.
Sure.
Our phones are pretty much full of notes and just observations and thoughts and
Sometimes
ideas.
it's good to write thought and then what you thought instead of writing joke and then what you thought, because it's never as good. Yeah, you write down a bunch of stuff, but there's always something that stands out for us that we go, for some reason, and we call it Sons of Freddie. It's like, oh, that's quite Sons of Freddie. That's quite us. You know, that's quite,
it's a thing.
It's a thing, yeah.
It's
you go through a bunch of stuff, but there's something that'll stand out, and you choose that because it's more us. When you know who you are or what you come across as, I guess, to people when you're on stage, we get in tune with that after our first few open mic spots and video and filming every spot, and getting to know what we're like on stage, and then through your process of brainstorming ideas and stuff, you come across things that you're like, oh, that's something that they do, or Sons of Fred would do, or that we do, you know.
Do you still do open mics to test new material?
not as much. We used to, but we're sort of a bit more in tune now with what does work and what works for our group as well. So like Mick was saying, we'll do something for quite a while, work on a song, but it'll be missing something. And if it's missing that Sons of Freddie, we'll put it on the back burner and come back to it later. Like we've got a couple of songs that have been going for 2 years that just they're missing something. So they're not forgotten, but they're missing that thing.
Where does the name Sons of Fred come from?
His dad's name's Fred, and he's a burns victim.
Yeah, at the moment I'm a burns victim, so...
Well, that's Sun in the Sky, Sons of Fred. Sun in the Sky. A lot of people think that it's Sons as in S-O-N.
Yeah.
But they're wrong.
They're incorrect, and we enjoy that that's an issue of ours with our name, that people hear it and don't see it, and they think Sons of Fred. And we think that we'd have a lot more likes on Facebook by now if it wasn't for that.
Well, you're spelling it wrong, clearly. Just say there's a sun in the sky. It's not that hard. I'm getting pissed off. This is bullshit.
Was there any kind of, starting off and now, is there any hierarchy to the band? Do you think someone's controlling everything, or is it pretty mutual? Not that I'm trying to split you apart now.
Oh, man.
If you want to be a member, man, just ask.
Okay.
I don't think so.
No. I spend a lot of time trying to organise stuff for the organise little motivational moments for us so that we can all work hard. So I spend a lot of my time rubbing my hands together and thinking how we can get stuff done. but we all worked perfectly in balance together.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is we're so lucky, I think, compared to we've all been in other groups and bands and seen how the dynamics can pull bands apart. But we're lucky that we're each, even though we all really get along really well, we're all completely different people as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
there's no hierarchy, but there's things like Fox pretty much arranges all the harmonies for all the songs because he knows
Musically,
that. He knows all that sort of stuff. Sly's really good at being funny, like not just funny around us, but funny around other people, which is important. and I do good flamboyant dance moves.
Yeah, so you've each got a part, and it all just comes.
It
together.
all comes together,
Yeah.
but I
Music,
think
comedy, flamboyancy.
Yeah, that's right.
I think there's no standout ego either,
Yeah.
which is a big thing because quite often if there is that, there's a need to attack that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So it's good that there's none of us have that.
We ground each other.
We have this thing called LSS, and it stands for lead singer syndrome, and that happens, and it's happened to every lead singer we've ever had, and that's always been pretty much a quartet
Thing, yeah.
quartet thing. It might be numbers that creates that, but if anyone's ever going or whatever, we've been giving Sly the most shit lately,
Yeah.
but he always plays up on it. We say LSS.
Yeah.
We go, oh, LSS. If someone's like, oh, I can't sing this bit right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got something in my throat. There's always an excuse, pretty much, and that's LSS.
One thing we try to do is we know if we're overselling it. You know, don't oversell it. Segues are bad. Like, segues are bad. Treat your audience like they're really smart. Don't oversell it. Cut out all the stuff that you really don't need that's fluff. Sometimes I feel like when we're first starting out, you try to put in extra stuff, or sometimes you're writing a song even now and you're like, you want it to go for 3 minutes. You only have a minute and a half of funny.
And quite often you'll see the intro or the first verse or something, there's nothing in there, you know, and you're trying to get to the funny bit and you're like, you don't need that.
Just go straight to the funny
get
bit.
to it.
And
do it.
go straight to the funny, and it might not be, you might have to work harder on making up more funny, but go straight for it, and that way it cuts out that the time for them to even think that we're selling something to them, that it's all choreographed, that it's all, you know, it's so fast. So that's our style, is going fast, so people don't have time to think, yeah, this isn't off the cuff, this is all pre-rehearsed stuff.
Yeah, like, do you feel like sometimes it can't feel too much like a performance?
Yeah. We're in the speaking in between songs, because that point's relevant. But with musical comedy, unless it goes to a breakdown where we have an argument through a song or a question, you know, there's no fooling them. You know, this is organised.
Yeah.
But in the moments in between, we do try really hard to, once again, speak without selling it. Don't act it. Just say the word. Don't try to say the word a particular way.
Yeah.
And if it's funny and it's in the context, it'll be funny.
Yeah, it'll work.
So don't. And then you'll find that if you don't try to act it or whatever, and you just say the word, it'll be perfect, and you'll eventually on stage just say the word, and it'll be right.
Yeah, just
you know?
be natural.
Yeah,
natural.
Definitely. And after doing it for a while as well, like even with you know, a few bits in between our songs, we have some parts where we'll laugh now, or we'll, you know, just say something different, like on the odd occasion. And it's a lot more natural. It's not forced.
While you're on stage, you'll change a line a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes stuff like that'll happen.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I doubt it's when, like, you're talking in unison and one of you is saying like one word and one of you just changes it.
No.
Cat, dog.
No.
No.
It's no cat, dog moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, sometimes some nights, Sly's particularly good at just sometimes going, oh, I see another funny thing right there, and just saying it. I've done it a few times.
Bit of improv,
Yeah, a bit of improv. Yeah. Sometimes you just see the extra funny that you never thought was there.
And you think, stuff it, I'll just try it, you know.
Yeah.
Depending on where you are.
Also, sometimes you can write a joke or a song and go, okay, it's all done. There you go, it's all done. Put it away. And you leave it just the way it is. But you can, if you keep looking back at that with fresh eyes, and it takes time to get fresh eyes on something, you go back and you go, oh, that could actually be funny in another way.
But other songs, like I said before, they've just been put on the back burner for so long because we know there's something there, and it's just getting around to getting it out.
How do you know that there's something there?
You just do.
No, because there's
There's
porn
bits of it
spam.
that
There's
are funny.
jokes. There's jokes in them that work, but when it's a song, it's like a whole. It's same with writing a joke. It's got to be a whole piece. So you don't want to go out there with half a piece. But you know that half a piece works. Like your punchline works in your joke, but you need another tag on it or something extra to keep it rolling and for it to be, you might get the chuckle, but you want the full laugh. You don't want someone just to be chuckling at you the whole time. You want them to be bursting out laughing or whatever. So you've got to get on that roll. So you can have those little bits of that work, but you want a whole bunch that works so that you can be going fast enough for them to get up a laugh. It's like getting a run up, and you've got to tackle 3 people. There's going to be
So that's where we try. What we try and do with our show as well is keep it high paced. Instead of, I mean, we do have dips in it and
Sure, yeah.
crescendos, but
and
instead,
and I dip sometimes.
Mick dips quite a bit. But what we try and do is keep it high energy, and I think that's where we're a bit different from others as well.
Well, I'm sure the dips help the comedy, because if it's completely like funny from start to finish, then it just becomes like white noise. There has to be build up joke down, build up joke down.
Definitely.
Dynamics.
Yeah, you need those dynamics in there. That's we're lucky we have 3, so we can make character work a part of it.
Yeah.
What do you think of Perth's comedy scene?
It's great.
Okay. Question 7.